Hi, John Barson here, Total Health Magazine, on the green carpet here at Expo West in Anaheim. And do you like our green carpet,
I do
Mark?
like your green carpet.
I know. Well, the Oscars have the red carpet.
Yes.
You know, we've got the green carpet. This is, after all, the natural expo. Mark actually is wandering around the show floor looking. He's not actually attending the show as a. You don't have a booth here.
No.
No. You're kind of doing some investigative reporting, as it were.
Correct. Yeah, we're looking for quality manufacturers and ingredient providers.
Right. So, Mark, I know Mark through my cousin, actually. Shout out to Danny. Danny, thanks for connecting me with Mark here. Mark Bennett's with a company called IDLife. And you, for our readers and our viewers, tell them exactly what you produce.
IDLife is a sports health and nutrition company. We produce high-quality natural and organic supplements, all derived from natural and organic sources, at the highest possible quality and level that you can find. We go to pharmaceutical grade on all the nutraceutical supplements, and all the other ingredients we source through quality manufacturers to ensure that everything that they are buying is exactly what's on the label.
Yeah, I was actually interested in doing this chat with you because if you recall, a couple of weeks ago, New York Times did the story on GNC and several other products that they had tested, and they found little or none of the actual ingredients in the products.
Right, yeah, and in fact, there's a news story that we just recently did. Our CEO, Logan Stout, and Troy Aikman, one of our investors, actually got on Fox News and addressed that particular issue, basically saying, we welcome the FDA to start investigating companies. We want them to come in and look at certificates of analysis. We want them to investigate whether or not the ingredient is in fact in the product. Because we know that if they actually start doing that, very few of the companies are actually going to be left standing in the marketplace.
Oh, I agree, but I only have one problem with that comment, early in that comment. You mentioned Troy Aikman. I really think that, great Troy, obviously a great quarterback, but I think Russell Wilson would be a better brand spokesperson for... Yeah, I had to get that plug in there. Go Hawks! But no, that's great. So Troy's involved with the company.
Yeah, he's actually one of our investors. That's the best part about it. We have him and a lot of other people that are really health conscious, and there's a lot of other people that we have. One of our partners is John Maxwell. John put his name behind our company. There's a lot of really interesting things that we have going on, and the brand that we're building is because, and what's happening in our company is because we're choosing to do things the right way. We're very transparent, we're very open, and if you ever walk into our facility or you go, and look at our website, you can actually see what it looks like. Our manufacturing process is actually white glove. It's a hermetically sealed room. Environmentally controlled, everything. We show it to everybody. We bring them in and do tours all the time and say, this is what it looks like.
So I just want my readers to know that if you are interested in IDLife products, that you can be assured that you do follow excellent manufacturing processes and procedures.
Yeah, in fact, what I say is most companies take 3 to 6 weeks to get something to market. Ours is 8 to 12 weeks. And the reason is we follow a very stringent GMP process, the good manufacturing process. We start out with all of our raw ingredient manufacturers have to be subject to blind inspection. So we can walk in at any time to inspect, in fact, what they're doing. But when they send the raw material into the manufacturer, it goes into quarantine. That quarantine is set in place so that they can do certificate of analysis on whether or not the ingredient is at the same quality or better than it was the last time. We will always reject a raw material that is less quality. And then we also test for heavy metals, pesticides, and everything else, and we test to make sure it's exactly what it says it is. Then goes into a single vat manufacturing process, and at the end of that, it goes back into quarantine to be tested again. And the reason why we want to test is even though it's single vat, even though it's white glove, most of it in OTC certified labs, not just FDA, OTC, over the counter, which is much more stringent. The reason we want to test again is just in case anything happened. And then once I get the C of A on both ends, then I'll release it to come to us at IDLife, and then we do blind testing again on our end just to make sure that nothing happened in that process.
Quality control.
Absolutely. It's the most important thing we follow, because ultimately, here's the thing. My CEO has twin boys. They're 2 years old. I have a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old. I have a mother. All of these people are taking the products. So I want to know not just that the consumer is safe. I want to know that my family is safe. We're building this company to change the way that health and wellness is brought to this country. We're trying to educate folks the best we can beyond the products, that if they'll focus on the 6 inches between their ears, it'll affect the 40 inches around their waist. And maybe we can do something about this epidemic that we have going on in this country. So we're trying to be more than a product company. Yes, we are a product company ultimately, but we're also trying to be on the forefront of health and wellness.
Well, the thing is too, people are unique. Everybody's different. And that's one thing about your product. You customize the the product for each individual person.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. A lot of people say they're customized, and what they have is 4 or 5 different things on the shelf, and they tell you which one you fit into. Ours, we don't have anything on the shelf. You take a high-level health assessment, 26 to 29 questions if you're a man or a woman, and what you get is a detailed summary of exactly what you need, and more importantly, what you don't need, because the system has over 7,000 scientific medical studies to back up every recommendation. And then there's a 1.3 million possible outcomes. So when we get the results in, I mean, the chances of 2 people in the city of Los Angeles having the same result is almost infinitesimal. But for the most part, what ends up happening is people are amazed when they hear about it, amazed when they see it, and then when they walk in the door and they see it actually being made, they're blown away.
Well, I like the idea that your customers do the research, they do the questionnaire, you analyze their lifestyle, their diet, their fitness regimen, and then you can come back with some recommendations that are going to be much closer to home. So you're right, because you can go to a health food store, a Whole Foods, and go crazy buying a whole shelf of supplements,
right,
when you may not need.
Well, and the scariest thing is there's a lot of people out there that think they're doing something good. Our system doesn't only give you what you need, but it also tells you what you shouldn't be taking. So in other words, there may be somebody out there who's a smoker, subject to secondhand smoke, and they're going out and buy a 1-a-day vitamin thinking they're doing something good, and it has more than 20 milligrams of beta-carotene in it. Well, they've just increased their chances of contracting lung cancer by 60%, according to the scientific studies. We block beta-carotene down to less than 10 milligrams because we know that. Somebody may be suffering from depression and walk into a GNC or somewhere else and say, what should I take holistically because I'm tired of the antidepressants? They'll give them St. John's wort, which is great, unless, of course, you're continuing to take your antidepressant and then you're going deeper into depression. These are the kind of things that we do. We take into account your conditions, your medications. Pharmaceuticals are nutrition-depleting items. They do. They are designed to work for a temporary purpose to fix a temporary issue. When the nutrients aren't in your body and you don't have the right nutrition, the pharmaceutical doesn't work. I mean, how many times have you heard people taking a pharmaceutical, all of a sudden it doesn't work anymore, they have to go get another one. Or they get more of the same thing, which is actually doing harm to them. What we do is figure all those out through the scientific literature that's available, take that, compare it, analyze it with the questions and answers that they provided us, and then give them exactly the nutrients they need. So the pharmaceutical does what it does, the body has the nutrients it needs, so that it can do exactly what it was designed to do, which is take care of itself.
That's actually a very good point. A lot of people don't realize that one of the highest ranked killers of Americans is properly prescribed medication.
Correct. That's absolutely right. Drug-drug interaction is one of the number 1 killers. In fact, it is the number 1 cause of readmission in a hospital in the United States.
So if you're taking your statin drugs, you better be taking CoQ10.
Exactly.
All right, Mark. Well, I really want to thank you for taking the time to be with us here today. Mark Bennet with IDLife. And take a look at their website. Anybody can take the questionnaire, isn't that correct?
Yeah, IDLife.com. You don't have to do anything. The assessment is free. In fact, what we tell everyone is don't just bypass the thing that comes before the recommendation. There's a report on there that's 6 to 16 pages that's just about you. That report says on a measure, I call it the gas tank. Is it red or is it green? It's are you empty or are you full? And the great thing is it gives you small little incremental changes that you can make that if you make them will actually make you healthy. And the greatest part about that report is it does not recommend a single IDLife product. It's all about things like you said that you suffer from hypertension, but it also says you've consumed processed meats. Well, did you know about the correlation between the consumption of high sodium processed meats and hypertension? By reducing or completely eliminating, you can actually improve your hypertension naturally. So we do that across the board. That 6 to 16 page report is invaluable because it's just about you. Our whole life, the whole company is about IDLife, individually designed life. That's how we got the name. So we believe that the individual should be educated, and through education they can make marked changes because we don't believe in diets, we believe in lifestyle. Lifestyle comes through education. Education comes through change. We got 70% of this country is overweight. In 20 years, if we don't change things, that's 95%. And if you want to really be scared, 32% of our children are overweight.
And according to an MIT professor, by 2025, 40% will be autistic.
Correct. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Or whatever the number is. I can't remember. It was just an insane amount of children that are going to be autistic or being born autistic by 2025.
Yeah, we have to make a change in this country. We have to educate ourselves on what natural organic means. We have to understand that we need to get back to the way that we used to eat. 70% of the foods on our shelves today are GMO, genetically modified organisms. And in 50 countries, those are not even legal. You can't even sell them. But in the U.S., you can buy them.
Well, there's actually a scarier trend right now, and that is non-GMO. And let me explain why. I got a newsletter from the Food Babe from Vani Hari, and she pointed out that if the product has the non-GMO label on it, doesn't mean it's organic. It means it's non-GMO.
Correct.
So that means it could still have 46 different pesticides, could still have heavy metal, could still have all of these health devastating effects, but it's non-GMO.
And that's why magazines like yours are so important, because of items just like that. The FDA doesn't really regulate what's on the front of the bag, only on what's on the back of the bag, that nutritional label. Unfortunately, there's a lot of marketing going on right now where people are paying attention to what they see, thinking they're making good choices. I mean, kids is unreal when you look at kids' items. I mean, there's fruits, there's vegetables, there's little bears, there's all kinds of things all over the place. And what they don't understand, there's really no nutritional value in the food at all.
There's corn syrup and...
Yeah, all they're doing is trying to teach our children what food tastes like by pumping it full of sugar and everything else, so that when parents actually try to do the right thing and provide their children with whole foods, the kid rejects it because it's not what foods taste like. Because they're going to school, they're the lunch lines. I mean, it's a ridiculous epidemic, and we just want to become a voice for that.
Yeah, darn you, Mom, making me eat all that brown bread. Yeah, my mother, just a quick aside, my mother actually ran a health food store in Glasgow in the 50s. Wow. So we ate pretty good growing up, lots of soups, and so we were spared a lot of the Fruit Loops and the stuff as kids. So thanks to my mom, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a rarity.
Yeah. All right, Mark. Well, thank you for the time.
Thank you very much.
You have a great show. Good luck finding your ingredients. And I think I'm going to have, it's been a while since I did that assessment. I think I'm going back to IDLife.com to take another assessment.
Absolutely, because you can take it as many times as you need to. As you change, it changes with you. That's the greatest thing about it.
Okay. Mark Bennet, IDLife. Check out the website, IDLife.com. Expo West. Back in a bit.